Hello world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to codingscientist.com. We are on lesson number 60. No, I think we are on lesson number 17. Let me just check. Yes, we are on lesson number 17 actually. In the previous lesson, I showed you what are the components required to build a basic robot which can avoid obstacles and move around and stuff like that. And then moving forward, we are going to add some deck on top of that so that we can include a Jetson Nano and a LiDAR and a depth camera to make it full-fledged autonomous. Probably we will include a GPS as well. Anyways, in this lesson I am going to show you how to, this is the first step basically, how to build the chassis. I hope you guys are ready with the 3D print model, and I'll show you how to basically fix the motor in a very simple way, fix 4 motors. Guys, one of the important thing which I want to express my thoughts. There are ton loads of robotic kits. It's a ready-made plug and play kits available, like chassis and 4 motors and the plug and play Arduino sockets and kind of thing. But that will take hardly about 10 minutes for you to build it and program it using Arduino IDE and make it work. But there's literally no fun. There is literally no fun in that, and there is no learning. Most important skill, right? What skill you are building? Absolutely no skills you are building using those kits. But I am not stopping you to go ahead and do that. However, I highly recommend do a purely DIY, right? You cut the chassis. I would prefer, even instead of 3D printing it, just go ahead and buy a plywood and try to cut it square, take a drilling machine, put holes and all those things. That's where you actually build your skills, guys, from the ground up, from the basic level, from the ground up to the top level what you reach, right? That's why this series is called Zero to Hero series. And I would like you guys to really start building things and think about it, what I'm saying. End of the day, it's up to your wish. If you want to go ahead with a ready-made kit and plug and play kind of thing, it's absolutely your wish. But I would prefer to build myself. So in this lesson, we are going to, I'm going to show how to build the basic chassis here like this, how we are going to mount the motor. So let's take a quick look in a very closed manner. All right, there you go. Let me switch to my secondary video. So if you look at it here, so 4 mounts, 4 motors, 4 mounts. Take a close look, guys. It's not evenly aligned. The reason is I shifted in an opposite direction. These 2 motors are pointing towards this side and these 2 motors are pointing towards this side, right? So you can see the reason being, when we set the polarity, when we basically set the polarity of positive, negative, both the sides, into connecting that into L298N motor driver, it's easy for us to understand which motor is moving towards which direction. And also the way the chassis has been cut for the wheels, right? Both the side, if you see, there's a cut. The way it has been cut and the way the motor points has to be aligned should be perfectly even. So what I did was, I did not put any additional holes. All I did, since this motor, this BO motor, is a plastic shell, it comes with it's a kind of plastic shell only, and this is a 3D printed plate, right? So I used a Fevikwik, which worked really well and pretty strong. If this is available for 10 rupees, I think 5 rupees or 10 rupees in the market. You can just go ahead and pick it up in any of the stationery shop and put just 2 drops below the motor and stick it. Just stick it. I did not use any screws or drilling. Can you see that? There is no drill or screws, nothing. And it's pretty strong, guys. This is the way our mount is going to look like. So, and another point I want to mention specifically, there are 2 big holes. Can you see it? There are 2 round circular holes. So make sure that you have pretty lengthy wire soldered in your motor, all the 4 motors, so that all the wires are coming along dragged into one single hole. And it should look something like this. This is the way we are pulling out all the 4 motor wires lengthy enough to reach at least the middle point. I want to leave this hole free. The reason being, tomorrow, later on, once we finish building the basic robot and make it to work through Raspberry Pico, what we need to be doing is I'm going to mount these four holes. On top of this, I'm going to mount another deck here like this, right? And on this deck, we are going to place a Jetson Nano, and then there'll be multiple holes for the camera, for your depth sensor, and couple of other sensors. So we need additional spacing to be mounted here. So that's the reason I want to just keep this whole little free enough. So guys, go ahead and fix it like this. All the four wheels are just easy to push it out, pull it out, and push it back inside. I hope you guys are aware of this, man. I mean, these are something very basic, but make sure that you have similar structure the way I made it, because this is a very clear planning. The kind of holes being provided here, it's a very clear planning, thinking that, keeping in mind that the future lessons, we are going to build autonomous robot. We are not going to just close this series with just a basic robot, right? We are going to build an autonomous robot out of that. So that's why I kept all this hole, and there is a reason why all these four motor wires has to be pulled inside one hole. So there is a specific reason. Anyways, so keep your stuff ready, guys. Keep your your chassis ready. Keep it ready with the mount, keep it ready with the motors, keep it ready with the wires being soldered like this. And in the next lesson, I'm going to do some wiring and show it to you how we need to connect our motor drivers and stuff like that. And the following lesson, we will hook up all the wirings to our Pico, which is little complicated because we need to compare with the Pico architectural drawing, the pin drawing, and the physical pin drawing, right? So it's very little bit confusing for the first timer, for the beginners. So we will do it systematically one by one, and then the following lesson we will do the actual programming, the real coding to move the robot and the sensors and start detecting objects in the front and move around and stuff like that. Anyways, guys, so do have a look at it and keep things ready. I'll be back soon in the next lesson, and if you have any questions, if you need a one-on-one coaching, I'll be happy to guide you, I'll be happy to coach you. Do feel free to leave me a message, do reach out to me on my WhatsApp or on my email. I'll be happy to guide you guys. Goodbye until then.